Welcome back to Sterling Silver. Time for the righty fight. And I have at least one sacrifice planned in this fight. It could be 2 months. It could be 3 months. Yeah, it depends how lucky we are actually. I think this fight is really hard. At least for me it was not that easy to bait the Metagross last again. And I was like, okay, I will just ball it. This is not a one vertical reset run. Yeah, we will just ball it. The good news is I already planned the E4 with my current box. So if I don't get anything really surprisingly cracked, I already know at least what I can sack. And that is my team for that fight. And we will just pretty quickly check the items. And lock in. Because it is a pretty straightforward plan. I have a really big box, so I don't mind to sacrifice mons. And that's why it was not a really long cook. Because I could maybe cook longer and find a way to go like without any death maybe, or like even like a lower chance to have deaths, but yeah. It is completely fine. We'll just Hurricane the Pinsir turn 1, ignore the Bright Powder because Hurricane will always hit in the rain, and kill it turn 1. So the funny thing is, the next mon is, I think, I would say, the second strongest mon in this fight. And it is the Poly in the rain, what means it is really fast. The problem is it doesn't see a kill at the moment. And that means for us, this boy can actually go for bulk up. And this is not a problem, thankfully. This is not a problem, thankfully. Oh no, there's a waterfall straight up. And the good news is we are not getting any damage. Even on +2, this boy is doing no damage to my Billy. We are pre-burned, so we get the Marble Scale buff. And we have as well... Guys, he's going for waterfall even without going for bulk up. Interesting. I need to toxic this. This is really important. That is a crit. This will proc, I think, the berry now. The burn damage is a lot. Burn damage is a lot, but we are just getting the half damage, so yeah. We got the toxic, and he's for some reason not going for bulk up, what is fine for me. Also waterfall and superpower is a 50-50. So we will just roost now. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Even if you flinch me now. Yeah, I actually knew that for some reason. Because it needs to be a back-to-back flinch. And he needs to hit the waterfall as well, because he can also just go for something else. He can go still for bulk up, I think. And can still go for superpower. So we will roost again. Ah, there's a superpower. Yeah, and like we saw, it is not doing any damage because Polly doesn't want to bulk up. What is completely fine for me. I don't really mind. Because my Billy have a lot of HP still. Okay. But we will do nothing else than just press roost now. If it just wants to go for waterfall or for like superpower, we don't really care. So we will stall this completely out now. And this Poly is not easy to beat. You can probably stall this out like with water absorb mon and stuff like that. The problem is, in this fight, you have a lot of mons that are really strong. The Mance is strong as well. So you can't use like 3 mons for this, only to stall the moose. Because it is really hard to chain something. There is the flinch, it's fine. Also, he's winning the 50-50s most of the time, but this is completely fine, because it is a 50-50. A waterfall in the rain is the same base power like superpower. And both moves are resisted, so it is a 50-50, but it's fine. Until he's not getting the 50-50s into the flinch all the time, we are completely fine. Billy is stalling that Poliwrath pretty decently. Okay. This should die pretty soon, I think next turn. I think this turn it survives because of the lefties. I guess. No, okay. Pretty cool. And now we will have the first sacrifice. Because I have nothing in my team what can tank a Draco Meteor. Or like I can hard switch to that. And that means we will have the first sacrifice in this fight. And it is, I think, even the worst Pokemon in my box. It was the best XP share bot. But it is time to say goodbye, Togetic. This is Draco Meteor. Because Rock Slide is just doing no damage because of the burn. That's why it will go straight up for Draco Meteor. It is coming in actually because of Rock Slide. Because it has a super effective move with Rock Slide. But yeah, critical hit was not necessary actually. It was overkill, I think. It was not even an overkill. We even had one range to survive. Lol. Interesting. Yeah, Togetic is pretty bulky. Yeah, we will go to Kingdra now. So that was the Planet Sacrifice. We will Ice Beam this. And sadly enough, bait in the Metagross. That's a problem. Kinda. But we will not lose to the Metagross. And that's the most important thing for me. Because I can sack mons. I will update the deaths. And we will just try to hit the Hydro Cannon. This is Quick Claw. And he will use most of the time Zen Headbutt. And also Boom turn 1. If this happens, Kingdra will die. If it flinch, Kingdra can die. Let's say Kingdra can die in this fight, in this matchup. But we have Camel for the backup. There's no Quick Claw. This is a dead Metagross. Mystic Water Hydro Cannon always kills this in the rain. What is pretty nice. And that means we will max lose 2 mons. Because this is Lucario, and I also can't switch hard against that Lucario. That's the problem. I would one-shot that. But this is Focus Sash. He can survive with like, I think, like 5% HP. We will surf. We are faster. And we will die to Aura Sphere crit now. If Aura Sphere will not crit, we are guaranteed E-Speed range. So there's a Focus Sash. And this is Aura Sphere. If this will not crit, we will survive. If this will crit, Kingdra dies. And then it is the second sacrifice in this fight. He survives, and this is guaranteed E-Speed now. But we know that. And that means we can just switch to Donphan. This is guaranteed E-Speed. Because hard switching to Donphan was not possible. This is a special Lucario with special attacks. Aura Sphere, Flash Cannon. It is doing too much damage. And Ice Shard will always finish this off now. And the last one is Absol. We don't fear the Absol. I shot, kill this. So we had actually only one sacrifice, because we was lucky. If we would be unlucky, like I said already, we could lose Kingdra and we could lose Camel as well, because the Metagross can just boom. Can kill the Kingdra and boom on my Camel. Camel would always kill this with a soft sand Earth Power. So yeah, I'm just telling you guys what would happen if the Kingdra dies there. And yeah, this Absol is just AFK actually against us. We will just charm this. This will go for double team. I knew that actually kinda. And we will charm. So this boy is just AFK. And worst case, we will just, if we miss all of our attacks, it is at least doing no damage against us. Because it is already on -2. And even the lefties are recovering most of the damage. That's the second double team. I will try to charm one more time. So this guy is completely AFK. And we know how it is. We know how it is. If it is whatever anyways, then you will hit the EQ. Because, yeah. There's a Night Slash. I will just charm this one more time, just because we can. Because look at this damage. This is -6 now. And yeah, this is doing no damage anymore. I think the lefties are recovering the Night Slash damage. Yeah. So we will just press EQ now. I could do it on the start already. But yeah, just for making it sure, if we miss all of the EQs. There is the Q. Because we are no guard Don fan. Yeah. It is what it is. Okay. So one sacrifice is not obviously pretty nice, because we can use Kingdra and Camel in some other fights, but it would not be the end of the world, because they both are not planned for the E4, so I know what I actually can sack and stuff like that. So thank you, Riley. I think you are a really good trainer in this game. And we will get some hard scales. And yeah, now the next thing we will do is... or like what I will record is the victory road, the back-to-back, Steven fight, 12 vs 12 with Silva, and if we need, the Cynthia fight, stuff like that. See you guys in the next video.